So let's begin.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Himanshu, welcome to my channel once again.
Thank you so much,
So
ma'am.
let's continue with the second leg of our conversation, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, but this time I want to make it very precise and productive also. Productive in the sense that I really want that whosoever visit our channel, they must find it very informative and encouraging also, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
So you are an educationist, okay? I'm also, I belong to the same, category. And when one educationist meets to another one, I think no one tries to give it a miss that if they don't talk about anything related to the education also.
Yes, ma'am.
I simply want to talk about the new education policy. Are you
Yes.
familiar with it? I feel you are.
Yeah, ma'am.
Because our focus is on English language only.
Yes, ma'am.
So my question to you is that as per the new education policy, the policy makers, they have proposed that now the children should be taught in their local language up to a certain level. Like up to fifth standard, it is mandatory. And
Yes.
if possible, then up to eighth and beyond that also. Okay,
Yes.
like the medium of instruction should be their local language.
Yeah, ma'am.
So parallel to it, the youth, the young ones, boys and girls, and the people like you and me also, we are working on our communication skill, and we are finding so many of the difficulties also on this journey,
Yes.
depending upon our individual cases and scenarios and circumstances. Now, Mr. Himanshu, what is your take on this new policy?
Ma'am, in my opinion, I think we have both sides, like better side and worse side, and like everything has pros and cons. And if we think like positive side, then it will be better for students because it also depend on region. Like some students living in village areas, some are like living in city. So when we talk about like urban area, then it is important to teach them their native language, like mother tongue, because it sometimes they feel difficulty to uh, learn English because they are not getting that kind of environment. And yeah, again, like the when they study and when they study books in their native language, like tongue language, so it will be easier for them and it will help them. And these are like I think the new education system is about 5 plus 3 plus 3. It is something like this. So we are just teaching them for the like first to fourth class approx. So it will be better for them. But again, like we can also provide, we can also teach them little bit English because it is necessary. Because nowadays everything, like everything, every job is available in the market on the basis of your language. Sorry, English language. So again, like we are working on their basics, but along with that, English is also necessary. We can't deny importance of English. So again, like when it will work out on paper, then we will see its results. But to me, right now it is a very good step.
Don't you think, Mr. Himanshu, the suppose if the child is taught in their native, maybe Hindi or Marathi or whatever the language is, up to fifth or up to eighth or beyond eighth, don't you think then for them it will be difficult for them to communicate with the people who belong to some other arena in the sense, like I too agree that it's a good thing when you talk to each other in your native language, and you should talk to anybody in the native language. But why we are working on English? The reason for focusing on this language is because it's an important component of our communication skill,
Yeah, ma'am.
and you won't find the people from your ethnicity or your community or your regional area all the time. Like if wherever you live at the moment, if you move to some metro city where people don't understand your local language, then English becomes the only mode of communication. Similarly, the students who will come from areas, from villages, ultimately the final goal of every child in today's scenario is everybody aspires to grow. For that, they will have to move to some bigger city, to some metro city. Don't you think, if suppose they are taught in the local language, the medium of instruction is their local language, and when they would move to the metro city, it would be a bit difficult for them to communicate with the people
Yeah, ma'am.
as
Actually,
compared to, suppose they are taught in English.
yeah. Actually, I forget it should be rural area rather than urban area. So the thing is like why we are like making compulsory from first to fifth class. The rule for first to fifth class. So what I have seen, even government also said same thing. Like when there is a child, he do not like to go in schools because they hate studies. In India, specifically students fear to go school. So it is important to work on their mindset. So if we teach them something if we if we give them difficult tasks, so may they start hating schools. They will feel it like a burden. So in beginning, according to me, we should teach them whatever is good for them. Like they do not feel a lot of pressure because of that. So when we talk about English, it's really give a lot of burden to students. And in earlier stage, like first to fifth class, we can work on their basics. Once they start like loving schools and their education, then after that they can work on English also. And maybe this is on paper, and definitely schools are also going to teach them English because it's compulsory. And after some years, maybe 4 to 5 years, everything will be available in English. So it is kind of necessity. So first, I think government main focus on their base, so they can like schools and they can play a lot of games. So that is the reason behind it. And if we talk about education, if we talk about like we have to talk with different people, so I don't think so it is necessary for a child right now. Yeah, if you're providing that kind of education, that's a good thing, but it is not applicable for every children because everybody have different parents, and the level of their parents education is also different. So we are working on basics. So that's why it is important to teach them on the very easy thing, like with the help of plays, with the help of songs. So that's what we are working on nowadays, like government is working on.
You are right. You might be right that government's initiative is definitely, because it has been worked a lot. After so many of the drafts, they have come up with some final policy. So definitely something very good is at the back of their mind. Might be they want to create the interest of education among the child. So
Yeah,
that's why they might have made it mandatory that the child should be taught in their mother tongue initially. Now let's see how the things work out once the policy is actually implemented. Only
yeah,
then we can come to some conclusion that how it works out in the long run.
yeah, ma'am,
And
definitely.
I agree with you that every child comes from a different parent. So it is up to them also how to take the initiative so far as this communication or all other aspects of personality, these are concerned.
Yeah,
So,
ma'am.
right. Very good. Okay, Mr. Himanshu, my another question to you is, uh, any suggestion at your end, because you are now honing, you're working on your communication skill. What way the youth of today, who is on this journey of learning English, you may say, I think we must say the communication, to hone the communication skill, because
Definitely.
learning English is, it sounds like something we are talking about, something very basic.
Yeah,
Actually,
ma'am.
we people are working on our communication skill. So, any suggestions from your side to the youth of today?
Yes, ma'am. The first and most important thing is don't take a lot of burden. It is just a language. And the thing, like we can say it very easily, but because of society pressure, it is very difficult because society giving it a lot of respect. And I don't think so it deserve that much of respect. But again, you should not take a lot of tension, lot of burden because of it. Just try to speak whatever is coming in your mind. According to me, even not according to me, I know facts. In India, we are the first country who speak maximum number of people, English speaking people are available in India. So we are doing good, and still, like you don't have to feel fear because of it. You don't have to feel burden. Whatever is coming in your mind, just try to speak, and in front of your parents and your friends in your schools, in front of your teachers. And if somebody is making fun, that's okay. You don't have to think much about it because it is people work, it is people job. They will always make your fun. And today or tomorrow you are going to work on your communication. That's the 100% thing, because it is mandatory in job. If you want a job, you have to speak in English. So it's better you start now, just today. It's better you start this process just today, so that you will not take longer time. And this is not very difficult task. I think everybody studying English first to 10th class, and everybody know about grammar. If you don't know, like मैं पानी पी रहा हूँ, if you don't know a full sentence, you can also say I drink. Just it is okay. That's how you are going to learn. And slowly, when you start your process, you will remove your mistake. Just take initiative, and once you make a habit of speaking English, I'm 100% sure within 1 year you will remove all your mistake, and slowly it will take time. Like it is a process, and then you will get better in your fluency and pronunciation, and you will also learn how to make proper communication. That's all.
Well said. I really appreciate your positivity. Okay, my next question to you is, Mr. Himanshu, do you find that the people around you who interact with you, your friends or your students, their perspective has changed when they see you working on your communication skill? Their perspective towards the language, not towards you, towards the language has changed?
Actually, ma'am, my old friends are supporting me nowadays, and it was my fault. Because I was so afraid. I was like so fond of perfection, and I always try to work hard, like alone. I don't want to expose myself so much. I work alone, and that's how I start working. And I think so many students are doing same thing. There are two names like introvert, extrovert. So so many people are behave like introvert, and they work on their self. But I don't think so. This is a good thing. You should start speaking in front of people. That's how you will learn faster this language. This is the good process. And I think you should be ready for make mistake. This is, even you make a mistake, you do it intentionally. If you make mistake, then you are going to learn. And if you tell yourself I'm going to make mistake, then you will not feel burden. And a part of that I have learned throughout my experience. I always accept, I always start from zero. Even I know better English, I can make some communication, I can make some sentence, I can no, I know a lot of like grammar rules, but I will never say. I will say I'm zero. So nobody is going to judge me because I'm already accepting it, I'm zero. So that's how you will speak with freedom. And even people will support you. People, I think nowadays, people are also very sensitive. They are always support you if you're working hard. And yeah, if you behave like arrogant person only, then they will make your fun. Otherwise, they will support you. And I'm nowadays, like when I started my channel, I know like my every friend was available to support me. They comment on my like YouTube channel also, and they told me like you're doing good. And when I was in college, like 4 months ago, I made a WhatsApp group so that I can communicate with them in English. Even they were ready, and I add each and every person. But I took initiative, but then I stopped working on it because I was so afraid of speaking in English. So, but nowadays, yeah, again, that was my mistake. Because of my mistake, I made this process longer. I should have done it earlier, but now I want to tell you each and every person, do not afraid of society. Don't go with perfection. Whatever you know, start speaking. With speaking, you will learn how to make proper communication and make, again, the best thing, make mistake. You should be ready for mistake and even do intentionally all the mistake, and you will get better.
Nice, better late than never.
Yeah, ma'am.
You are too young and you have taken the initiative at that very stage. You see, I started my journey just a couple of months back. So
Yeah.
age is just a number, and
Yeah,
we keep on growing and we keep on learning throughout our life. And I would like to share with you the way, because I'm also of the same opinion. There is one video of mine on my channel, that is how to improve your English. So I do believe that the first thing is you embrace your limitations. Like if I make mistakes in grammar or in pronunciation, whatever, we must agree with it. Yeah, this flaw is there, because if you don't agree with your flaws, then you can't make the improvement in yourself.
yeah, ma'am.
So I fully agree with you. Embrace your all limitations. Then another thing which you said, that people would laugh at me or whatever. Let them do whatever they do. If the
Yeah.
people are sensible, they would appreciate you the way your friends are doing with you. They are appreciating your initiative. And it
Yeah.
is a fact that the people who laugh at others, they never reach at any level throughout their life, because the people, they never grow. So I appreciate your approach. And if you find time, you watch that video, you will realize that every word of yours is already being said by me.
Yeah. Ma'am,
So
a
I
part of
appreciate that.
it, like people are not permanent, they are temporary. They speak according to your situation. So if you are doing good, then they will appreciate you. If you are doing bad, they will make fun of you. So I don't think so. We should think about people, because again, they are just temporary. They are not permanent. When you will get better, they will also change. So it is totally depend on your situation. You should work on yourself, and things will get better with time.
Definitely, definitely. My last question to you, Mr. Himanshu, what is the reaction of your family when they got to know that you are working on this skill? I don't know anything about your family members. Are they educated? To what level they are the educate? What is the level of their education and how they are supporting you? Do they know this thing that you are working on your skills and how much effort you are putting in at the moment? How hard you are working right now? Do they know it?
Ma'am, actually, they know it nowadays because I read paper out loud in morning. So I'm daily giving one more than 1 hour. So they know everything. But how I started, I want to know like why this came in my mind to learn English. Actually, there is only one person in my family who speak in English, and he's my Tauji. Like he's living in Delhi, and he's really very intelligent person. He read a lot of books like philosophy, etc. Apart of that, he read about the Indian Constitution and a lawyer, etc. Like he had a lot of knowledge. He's a government employer. He used to be like now he's retired. So my father always praise him like he's like my brother is very intelligent, etc., etc. So I always thought like, yeah, really, father respect him just because of just not because of English, but he always try to speak in English in front of so many people. So I thought, wow, that's a very wonderful, that's a wonderful thing. He speak in English, and people are giving a lot of respect to him. So it was in my mind, and nowadays I'm doing it. And just he also got to know like I'm speaking English, and maybe I don't know, but sometimes he watch my video. So I'm really feeling happy. Like, yeah, at least I can do it. I'm able to do it nowadays. So now my father is also supporting me. They don't know what kind of degree I have, because I have failed so many times. But even in my society, people see me like as like a very educated person. That's how much respect we give nowadays English speaking person. That's why this is giving a lot of pressure. Like again, after speaking or after making efforts, I'm also getting results nowadays. So it's very like beautiful thing for me.
So good. It's really good thing when I have come to know that your Tauji is your inspiration.
Yeah.
Actually, we all have some sort of inspiration around us. And I think, and if not anybody, any person, then we get the inspiration from our inside. We
Yeah.
become our own inspiration also, because with the passing of every day we feel that like if I talk about myself, with the passing of every second day I realize that today I have become a better version of myself, what I was a day back and what I am today. So, and another thing very well said, that of course if you are a good communicator,
Again, I think we have lost.
yeah, this communication skill, it makes a difference if we
Yeah.
want to become a good communicator. And if we are capable enough to communicate in a better way, to express us in a better way, you really feel that the people give you more, you may call it a respect, or you may call it, yeah, they give you an upper edge.
Yeah, man.
If we don't use the word respect is already, chalo suppose we can say it's there, they
Yeah.
start giving you an upper edge. So it means definitely learning English jo hai, that gives you an upper edge, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you learn English, you feel yourself that you have become a bit better, if not better than somebody around you, better than your own self.
No, ma'am.
So that,
Actually, really, it will it make us better. and there are so many job options are also available. Like I can do so many jobs just on the basis of communication. I'm getting offer, but I'm not going with them. I used to like them. Like there was a time when I wanted to go with call center, etc. And I just got one or two job, and then I got rejection. And now I'm getting offer. I can easily go with that. But now I want to go because now I'm working on my biology subject. I will go with my subject. But I have like I'm feeling comfortable nowadays because I have safe side. I know if I fail in this side, I can go easily with it. So I'm just like enjoying my life and working on myself. So nowadays, like I'm free.
Nice. So let's conclude, Mr. Himanshu, and
Sure.
whatever has come up out of this whole conversation, and if I go as per your words, what I could, to the extent I could understand the way you gave the whole description, that we must take this exercise as a hobby, not as a burden, not
Yeah,
as
man.
a pressure. We must take it on a very lighter note, and if I am making mistakes, one must feel it like hardly matters. So what? So slowly and slowly, automatically, you get to know. Once you make the mistake, you get to know that, yeah, I made the mistake. It is not necessary that somebody around you should point out, only then you come to know. Whenever, like at the moment I'm talking to you, and I have the realization where I made the mistakes. So
Yeah.
when next time we will talk, or I will talk to you or somebody else, I will try to focus on those areas also. So with this, I finish it over here. I'm so much impressed by your thinking process, your thoughts, your views, and I'm greatly inspired by your energy, the way you are taking your life. And I'm sure definitely you are going to achieve your goal very soon. With this, all I finish it over here. My all the best wishes to you, Mr. Himanshu. Stay blessed, stay connected. Let's meet some other time on this
Yeah.
platform in future again.
Thank you so
Thank
much, ma'am.
you.
It was a pleasure to talk with you, and it was really like so. You are like inspiration for us. So thank you so much for giving your precious
We
time.
will
We will have.
definitely talk soon again, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.